The Handley Judges 35-23 over the James Wood Colonels. They secure the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple. The story in this game offensively, the connection from Duncan Hensler to Will Yoder on numerous occasions for the Handley offense. Offensive line setting up holes for Jamir Washington to make big plays, as Coach Jake Smith always emphasizes explosive plays on the offense. Defensively for the Judges, a couple stops as James Wood tried to go for it on fourth down numerous times. And the same for James Wood's defense as they made stops on Handley as well. The James Wood offense coming out, Owen Neal, spectacular on numerous quarterback runs and making some explosive plays in the air as well. Handley's defense, bend don't break once again, as they were able to limit James Wood in the second half as the James Wood Colonels led going into halftime. Again, another exciting matchup here at the Ridge campus as the Handley Judges claimed the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple, defeating the James Wood Colonels. Coming up next, post-game interviews on the Kirby on Sports post-game show from James Wood High School. Coach Todd Wilson joining me. I certainly appreciate some time post-game. I know not the way you wanted to end things, but, I mean, offensively, it just looked like Owen Neal getting some good opportunities to make some good plays. Can we start there and what you saw out of your offense starting with Owen?
Yeah, I mean, he's a special player. I mean, everything kind of, runs around him, passing, running. I mean, he's like a coach on the field. He works extremely hard. It sucks to lose, but we're extremely proud of not only him, the way he played, but the way the whole team played.
And offensive line creating some of those gaps for Owen and getting him outside to find Kaden on a couple good throws. I know he went in for a touchdown too. What did you see out of your offensive line?
Yeah, I thought they played well tonight. We thought, they showed us multiple defenses. We were talking at halftime, just about how many defenses we've seen from all of our opponents this year. So we take that as a pat on the back that we're doing the job offensively to scheme up stuff that they're having to run multiple defenses to try to figure out how to best stop us. So the offensive line thought they played pretty good at times tonight. There was a few breakdowns here and there, but overall they played a good game.
And I know defensively a couple of explosive plays for Handley you probably didn't want to see, but can you talk about what you saw there out of that? And your defense made some good stops at times as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically we just didn't click, all game long. Offensively would stall out. Defense would get a 4th and 1 stop, but then we'd get the ball and go 3 and out. As far as them being explosive, they're an explosive team. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, number one's really good. They got a couple deep shots on us, which, hurt us at times. We thought we were going to do a better job at the deep ball. But they're a good football team for a reason, They have athletes and playmakers too. And, it was a tightly contested game. So, it went down to the wire, and that's all you can ask.
And just – what do you want your players to take out of this game despite the loss? Because I know, and I believe I've told you this before, you take more out of a loss than a win. What do you want your team overall to learn from a game like this?
Just realize how to play like that week in and week out. We came out extremely physical. We came out excited to play. If we play every week like that, we're going to be in every game that we play. When we go out and kind of just go through the motions, we didn't play our A game a couple weeks ago against Liberty, and it bit us. I mean, it really did. I feel that if we played like we did tonight, any given week, we're right in every contest.
And just senior night, what was the importance to you? I know you're coaching on the field, but before the game, your players getting recognized for their hard work and contributions. What does this night mean to you in the program?
Yeah, I mean, we ask a lot out of all of our players. I mean, some of those kids have been with us for 4 years. I've been here. This is my 3rd year as the head coach, but I've been here the whole time that they've been a part of the program. They have bought in what I've asked them to do. And football is a tough sport. I mean, we ask a lot out of them from the off-season workouts, weight room, all the summer, all the conditioning. And what it means is you see kids that are going to go out and be productive citizens in society. The wins and losses will come and go, but it's about building character. It's about building kids to be productive citizens, husbands, fathers, and I'm proud of all of them, and they're going to do just fine in life.
And a 2-game skid, not what you want to see, but yeah, how do you look to end the regular season? Not looking too far ahead, but just end it with on a positive note, hoping for a win come next week.
Yeah, I mean that's what we told the kids. I mean everything that we want to get in the playoffs, still have an opportunity to do that. I don't know how it's going to shake out. You keep looking at stuff, and there's a good possibility we might see another one of the local teams again if we take care of business next week. There might be another chance of seeing either Shrando or Handley again, the way things are looking right now. But I'm not sure. I'm not a mathematician when it comes to all the points and PowerPoints and this and that. There's a whole formula you have to go through. But there's a good possibility we might see one of those local teams again. And I'm just excited to take it one week at a time. We obviously got to take care of business next week. But again, if we play like we did tonight, I like our chances.
And I mean, the energy out there, too. I mean, there was no lack of energy from your sideline. How huge is that all of your players are producing that much energy when it comes to a big game like this?
Absolutely. I mean, I thought our crowd was even really good tonight. People were worried we weren't going to have very much crowd being Halloween and, kids out trick-or-treating and stuff like that. But I thought our student section did a good job of, making some noise for us. Our sideline did a good job of being excited. And energy just feeds off of energy, So, guys went out on the field and made some plays, and, it helped our sideline and crowd get into it.
There you have it from the head coach of the James Wood Colonels, Todd Wilson. Certainly appreciate some time, sir, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
One, two, three. Run!
Will Yoder, after the big win, the Handley Judges over the James Wood Colonels, capturing the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple. You personally had so many catches out there, a lot of contested catches. Duncan trusts you, it seems like. What goes into that trust that you're able to make good plays on this offense?
Oh, me and him worked all summer for that, and during the 7-on-7 season, he loved me to throw me that jump ball, and I think that's definitely where it all came from. It just transferred to the season. He's just been throwing those all year, and I've been going up and getting them.
And just overall, the offensive line, what did you see out of them? Because Jamir, another great game from him.
Yup. I mean, Jamir's a great runner, but you can't have a great runner without a good O-line, so I think the O-line got a great push up front, and ultimately it won us the game.
Yeah, so just the embrace of the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple after that. What's this moment mean like to you?
I mean, it's beautiful. Senior year, you can't go out like any better way. So I know we lost it last year, so it feels good to get it back, but it's awesome feeling with the squad.
And I know offensively, too, just look at this team, a couple times where you're battling adversity, like some missed fourth down tries, turning the ball over on down. But how do you think this team fared battling that adversity in this game?
I think it all comes back to our defense. I think our defense got the stops it needed when we needed them, and we shut down Owen Neal's pass game. Owen Neal's a great quarterback, but that was our game plan, was going to shut down the pass, and we did that, and we won the football game.
And just what's the message going into the final week of the regular season? I know a lot of excitement, but I would imagine back to business, getting set for a home finale to try to greater your chances at a good playoff spot. Just what's the emotion like?
Yeah, any given Saturday. So we can go out there, Millbrook can give us their best, and we could play horrible. So we're going to go in, and we're going to have a great week of practice, and we're going to finish business with Millbrook.
Will, really appreciate your time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Jamir Washington joining me, lead running back for the Handley Judges. It looked like the holes were opening up for you, starting with the offensive line. What did you see from them that gave you so much success?
They were working their tails off a lot, and I just had to. I give all credit to them, and I was just following them.
And just in terms of the amount of production you were able to get out there, it seemed like they were utilizing you. That first drive of the game, not so much, but you were utilized a lot, got some really big explosive plays there, which I know Coach Smith preaches about. How do you like your game overall personally?
I love my game. I just have to work, and I know when I get the ball, I have to do something with it, especially if we need it. So, yeah.
And just a game like this, capturing the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple, you had a moment with that cup after you and the team. What'd that moment mean to you?
It felt amazing. It definitely because Miss Brenda held it up, and, you know, a lot of things been going on, but it felt amazing to be a part of this because last time we won this, I wasn't really playing, but it feels amazing to be part of this win.
And what's just the message moving forward?
We just got to keep going and just no slacking because it's definitely hard beating two rivals in 2 weeks in a row, and we're going to a third rival, so we just have to keep our head and move forward.
Back to business Monday, I would imagine.
Yes, sir.
Jamir, really appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
JoJo Johnson joining me after the big win over the James Wood Colonels, securing the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple. Defensively, I know there were some big plays I would imagine you didn't want to let up, but in the end, offensively, the big explosion there in defense, making plays when they need to, especially on the times that James Wood went for it on fourth down and you stopped them by a very close margin. Just overall, how do you like the defensive performance?
I would say we started off slower than usual, but I feel like that'll never happen again, and me and my coaches are definitely going to make sure of that.
And just offensively, I know you don't play out there a lot, but what do you see the energy offensively from this team that really sparked today?
I would say they gave their all, and we took that energy from being behind and having to play catch up, and we rode with it.
So just a win like this, capturing the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple, what was that moment like?
It was amazing to me. It's my senior year. It means a lot to me. It's a very sentimental moment. And just like Jamir said, we have a lot of things going on, and that really hit home for us. Miss Brenda holding that up and bringing that trophy home.
And I know a lot more work to be done. Is it basically back to business on Monday, getting ready for the home finale at the Handley Bowl, or what's the mindset?
The mindset is we're going to celebrate this win today, and tomorrow when we wake up, it's focused on the next game, and that's what it is. Yes, sir.
JoJo Johnson, really appreciate your time, and best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Duncan Hensler, starting quarterback for the John Handley Judges after the Handley Judges victory over the James Wood Colonels. How'd it feel out there? High intensity, big game. What were your thoughts?
I think it was a good game. We came out slow. I would prefer we have more energy outside of just a few players. But other than that, I think we did good. I think we came back in the second half and we showed who we were.
Offensive line creating holes for Jamir first and foremost. What stood out from that aspect?
We have a great O-line. I mean, they help us make plays. I mean, I can't really give you a week where they haven't made plays for us and holes for us. So it's really nice to have them up front. I got like zero pressure today. It was great.
And Jamir just finding those holes, exploding. What do you see out of your teammate? And I would imagine a good friend on the team, Jamir, and making some explosive plays there.
Oh, yeah, Jamir's a great friend of mine. I mean, he had a great game today. I mean, he had one mistake when he fumbled the ball on like the 20-yard line, but me and him had a talk, and he locked in. He did really good the rest of the game. He locked it away for us.
And your connection with Will Yoder, I spoke to him, and you worked a lot over the offseason. That catch in the corner to set Jamir up for that touchdown, what was that? What's that connection like? I know you worked on that a lot, but how did it feel him making good plays off good throws that you were making?
Oh, me and Will, we've worked a lot. Every practice we get after it, and I think over time we've really just built a connection as a friendship, as teammates, and I think he's somebody that I can really trust and I can go to whenever I need to, and it's really nice to have him.
And what did it feel like just hoisting that Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple?
Felt really good. It felt well earned. I feel like we fought for it, and we fought as hard as we could, and we finally got it done.
But still more business to be taken care of after this, I would imagine. Back to the film, to the drawing board, getting set for your final home matchup. What's just the message after this game?
Next game. I mean, I'll be in there Monday morning on film. I'll be getting it done. That's the goal.
Duncan Hensler, after a big win over the James Wood Colonels, certainly appreciate your time, my friend.
Of course. Thank you.
Joined by the head coach of the John Handley Judges, Jake Smith, after the big win over the James Wood Colonels. Coach, starting off in the first half, James Wood taking the lead going into halftime, maybe a little bit of a slow start, but kicking into gear in the second half. Just take me through what really flipped from your team from first half to second half, if anything.
Yeah, I think we played a really lackadaisical first half. That was something we were trying to avoid. Coming off of last week in a tight physical football game, very emotional game there, and you move right into another one of the same magnitude tonight. I think we were sluggish at the beginning of the game. It took us a little while to kind of get into rhythm of things, particularly in what they do. We haven't really seen an air raid style team all year long. We've seen a lot of run heavy offenses, and so it took us a little while to get adjusted. They made a lot of great plays. The quarterback's a special kid for James Wood, and he's a great player. Does a lot of good things, but we left a lot out there too. We made some adjustments at halftime, but really there weren't a whole lot of schematical adjustments that were made. It was the same game plan defensively in the first half and the second half. We just did a better job executing it.
What was really maybe the hardest part? Because I know they had some explosive plays, but for the most part, defensively, bend, don't break towards the end. What was sort of the hardest part, you think, defending their explosive offense and keeping them in check towards the end of the game?
Yeah, well, the Neal kid makes them go, right? And so when they empty it out, you have to respect the receivers in the passing game, which leaves you a bit light in the box. If you're heavier in the box, it leaves you lighter in the passing game. And we were just playing chess, back and forth. They were hold calling, seeing what we were playing and then making a check to it. We did a good job of making secondary checks, particularly in the second half. But, again, it makes it difficult when you got a player like that lined up at the quarterback position.
I was talking to Will. The Duncan to Will connection worked very well all night. A couple incredible catches by Will as well. What do you see from them in their connection tonight, getting some big plays made? Because I know how much you preach about the explosive plays.
Yeah, Will's a special player, man. One-on-one situation, he's outstanding. We trust him anytime that he gets a one-on-one coverage versus any corner, that we see. And he's been making plays like that for us all year long, and he did again tonight. Duncan and him spend a lot of time together, so the timing and the rhythm of all of those throws, that's been practiced thousands of times before it shows up in game. And Duncan did a great job. He put the ball exactly where it needed to be tonight. The O-line got us, protected up front, and Will finished it off.
And just O-line overall, giving Jamir some opportunities to make some explosive plays as well. What do you see from the offensive line that worked so well?
I think our O-line has gotten significantly better from week 1 to week what are we in, week 9? They've gotten better every week. There's a lot of inexperience there. There's only 2 guys coming back that started for us before. And so just the more time that they spend together, more reps that they get, specifically in game, they just continue to grow. And so they did a great job tonight again.
And just the explosiveness, it felt like there was a shift in momentum when you had the lead and were gaining the momentum, and some adversity that snapped going out of the back of the end zone too. But how do you all handle that towards the back end in securing this victory?
Yeah, we didn't fair catch 2 kicks inside the 10, which we probably should have, and they rolled down there and put us in a tough situation. We had a bad snap, but again, one play doesn't define the football game. That's something we talk about all the time, and so one play never wins or loses you a game. And so again, you have to play the next play. And so whether it's a positive play or a negative play, your focus should be on the next one. And so that's just kind of mentality that we keep week in and week out.
And the moment capturing the Barr-Lindon Crimson apple, I saw you brought somebody up to receive the cup. Can you sort of explain her role to the team and the importance of her handing the cup to your team?
Yeah, Miss Brenda drives the bus for us, to a lot of games. She's been doing it for a lot of years. She had a particularly rough week, and so, again, we thought it would be special to bring her out. The kids have a ton of respect for her. They love her. She loves driving our team, and so, she's a part of us. She's a part of the Handley family, and so we wanted to give her that opportunity tonight and to have that moment.
And overall, just what was it like capturing the Crimson apple once again?
Yeah, it feels good. The kids love it. Something they look forward to every year. And so, being able to bring it back again, I think, is outstanding. It's great for our school. It's great for the community. And it's great for our team and our program.
And I know come tomorrow you're going to completely forget about this because it's on to one more game in the regular season and getting set for good playoff seeding. What's sort of the message? I know you're going to enjoy this today, but just going into one final home game at the Handley Bowl against another crosstown rival.
Yeah, the back half of our schedule, we go 3 local teams all in a row, tough slate. And so we're going to have a big challenge ahead of us this week, getting prepared for Millbrook. We can enjoy this, like I said, again this weekend, and then our focus has to be on Millbrook. The postseason's not something that we talk about. We'll get to that whenever that time arises, but as of now, we're going to enjoy this one, and Monday it's back to work.
Coach Jake Smith after the big Handley Judges victory over James Wood in capturing the Barr-Lindon Crimson Apple. Coach, certainly appreciate your time as always.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for tuning in to coverage of James Wood and Handley on Halloween night. Can't thank the legend Carlos Martinez enough for all of his help in coverage of tonight's game. Make sure you check out more coverage on KirbyOnSports.com, all social media platforms, and the YouTube page as well. Have a great rest of your weekend.